Hello, fifth grade. It is Wednesday, and we are on page 243 to 244 in math, going over geometric shapes. Now, I know that you guys know some of these, but we're still going to go over them just to kind of recap. You might see some new things, or you might know a lot of these things, but we're going to recap them anyway, and then I'm going to let you loose to finish the rest of the page. So I want to go ahead and I want to go over our simple closed, which I did not put a D on my closed. Thank you. Simple closed figure. Now, a simple closed figure does not have a point of intersection, okay? Meaning the whole entire thing is closed. We're good. It's solid. It's a solid shape, okay? Then we have similar figures. Now, similar figures have the same shape, but they don't have to be the same size. So you could see I have three sizes of triangles there. They're all the same shape, but they're all very different in size. But then we have congruent figures. Now, congruent figures have the same shape and they're the same size. So I did my best on making those as equal as I could, but that would be a congruent figure. Two of the same thing, same size, same shape. Then we have a polygon. A polygon is a simple closed figure made up of line segments. Okay, so what that means is it has to have a point, a beginning and an end. Remember, we learned yesterday about line segment. It has an end point and it has a starting point. So these are all beginning and end. This one should be more of an octagon for you. I'm not that great at drawing these, so bear with me, okay? So they have all those points, okay? So then we have our triangle. Well, everybody knows that one, okay? The triangle has three sides. Then we have a quadrilateral. What that has is it is a polygon with four sides, okay? Then we have our parallelogram. Did I spell it right? Did I spell it right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Parallelogram, which is a quadrilateral with having opposite sides which are parallel. Okay, so you could see these would be parallel and these would be parallel. Okay. Then we have and remember we learned about parallel yesterday, which were going in the same direction, right? So it could be going this way, it could be going this way. It's just the same direction. They never cross or intersect, okay? Then we have our rectangle. Now a rectangle is actually shown because it is showing the four right angles. Remember we learned that yesterday. That little square in there, that's showing the right angle. Okay, then we also have our square, and I wanted to show you because it is hard for me to write, but if you see the square, we obviously have the square, which also has the four right angles, but a square actually has four equal sides, and that is put together by these little lines. Okay, so see what I put there, the little lines? So if you see those lines, you know that those sides are equal, okay? So that's the same thing as when you go with a rhombus. A rhombus is just like a parallelogram, but it has the four congruent sides with those little lines, meaning they're the same size, okay? Then we have our trapezoid. The trapezoid is an equilateral having only two sides that are parallel. See how this side and this side are parallel, but this side and that side are not, okay? Then we have our pentagon, and our pentagon ends up having five sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also go by counting the points, that helps you out. Then you have our hexagon, and our hexagon has our six sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I tried to draw these as best as possible. And they have, if you want to count the points, you can do that as well. You have our octagon. That one was really hard to draw. It probably looks more like an oval in the picture, but I promise I do have 8 sides here with 8 points. Okay, then we have our vertexes. Now, our vertexes, that's the points where the sides of the polygon meet. Those are called the vertexes, okay? So each point would be labeled by a letter, okay? They usually go A, B, C, D. They can go they can do like, what is it? X, S, T, U, V, W, W, X, Y, Z. Sometimes they use those. A lot of times they just use A, B, C. So that's what that would mean. That's where those 2 points, those vertexes we learned about yesterday, the 2 points that meet together, not crossing over like an intersecting line, but coming together and stop, that would be those right there. Then we also have our diagonal, and that is when 2 opposite vertexes are joined together by a line, and that line is a diagonal. That diagonal is not a side. So that's right here, and I kind of tried to show it to you with like this would be your diagonal line. So you could have your diagonal line going this way or this way, but no matter what, you'll see the diagonal. Obviously, you guys are familiar with diagonal lines. So these are our geometric shapes. I want you to go ahead and remember that a simple closed figure does not overlap and have an intersecting point. So if you were to take a look at page 243 on number 1, you're going to mark under which ones are simple closed figures. Now, if you take a look at the very, very first one, that is a triangle. Now, that's a perfect example of a simple closed figure. There's no point of intersection. So you would put a bubble, you'd fill in that bubble under that one. But when you go to the second one on number 1, that has 2 triangles that are actually meeting together. Okay, that has an intersecting point. That means that is not a simple closed figure, okay? So you would not put a fill-in bubble underneath that one because that one is not a simple closed figure. So see where I'm going with this? Now, it really doesn't matter if it looks like this because that one still doesn't have an intersecting point. So yes, that would be a simple closed figure and you would bubble underneath. Do you see where I'm going with this? Okay, I want you guys to go ahead and finish the rest of those, indicating which ones are simple closed figures. And then on the number 2, you're going to go ahead and indicate if they are similar or congruent. Now, reminding you that similar means that all the shapes look the same, but they could be different sizes. And congruent means it's the same shape and the same size. So you'll go ahead and fill 2 in. Okay. On number 3, it also has what the different sides are. Remember, I told you you can count your points, and that can help you with that one. And you'll also follow the instructions on number 4 to help you with that one. And number 5, you're going to label those geometric shapes. Once you guys have finished those, you can answer true or false based on everything you just learned for number 6. You can draw number 7 using a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, just try to make it as best as you can. And number 8 is dividing of fractions. Don't forget to invert that second fraction in the problem, then cross cancel, and you'll be able to find your answer. Okay, so if you guys have any questions regarding this lesson, please let me know. And if not, then great. And I hope you enjoy learning about geometric shapes.